Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning, everybody.
Welcome back.
Yes,
We're
good to be
back after a little getaway. After a small little getaway, we're going to talk about that little small getaway and the importance of that and how we've been talking about, like I said, this is the year 2020. We're talking about seeing clearly. We're talking about having clear vision. We're talking about being determined. We're talking about being focused. 2020 vision. We're talking about the controversial issues. We're not scared of that. Talking about the rough issue, we're not afraid of that. And we're going to continue to. We talked about sex and pornography and all of that. Still get a lot of questions about that. Still get a lot of backlash about that. We ain't worried about that. Keep sending your questions. If you still need clarification, keep on sending. Keep on sending, Linda. Keep on asking, Linda. But Linda, you just can't ask, Linda. Listen, Linda. Linda, you have to listen. We're going to talk about that issue about domestic violence. We're going to talk about divorce. But last week, when we was going through some things, we mentioned about talking about the Proverbs 31 woman and how active she was. Mm-hmm. And 2020, we said hashtag home first. Yes. No matter what, Lady Bell, always home first. Yes. No matter what, always home first. Husband, your wife comes first. Wife, your husband become first. Always home first. Ain't no man looking for no Proverbs 31 woman. Ain't no man looking for no Proverbs 31 woman that's doing all of that. In 2020, ain't no woman telling another woman that she should be doing all of that. No man is looking for no super woman.
It's in seasons, as we mentioned before.
And as we was talking about not getting caught up doing too much of anything, always focusing at home. And we mentioned about not getting caught up going to church and getting caught up in doing 3 or 4 ministries. Listen, young dudes. Listen, young couple. I'm talking to you, young couples.
And even if you're not a young couple and you find yourself in this situation.
Listen to Lady Bell, because I'm focused on the young couple. Because a lot of us old couples don't make mistakes. And we're not going to tell you about our mistakes. We just going to keep on feeding into the stuff that we've been mistaught, the stuff that we've been misled. Listen, young dude, always home first. Take care of your wife first. Take care of your children first. Always home first. Understand, if you have a religious relationship, if you have a God-fearing relationship, if you go to church, understand the difference from your relationship with the God that you believe in and your relationship or your responsibilities at the church. Your task at the church, your so-called ministries at the church do not come before your family. Your ministries at the church is not considered your relationship with the one that you believe in to be your Lord and Savior. Get an understanding of that. Don't get caught up because you have a calling in your life, young man. Listen to me, young man. You have a calling in your life. Work the parking lot ministry. Listen, young man, you got a calling in your life. We need you to work with the men ministry. Listen, young man, you got a calling in your life. We need you to be a junior deacon. Listen, young man, you got a calling in your life. We need you to be an usher. Don't get caught up in them telling you that fibbies, that mumbo jumbo, that your ministry, and now you're doing 3 and 4 different things. Just like we talked about the Proverbs 31 woman doing all that stuff. Then she go to church and then they get her caught up in prayer ministry. Oh, come on, become an intercessory prayer. Come on, become part of the woman's board. Become part of the woman's usher, become an usher. Come and work in a children's church. Listen, young couple, do not get your relationship mixed up with ministry work.
Let me just say this too, because a lot of people will approach you and want you to do these things and say it's ministry, but a lot of those ministries should be for the single people.
And they want to get you caught up in all that ministry work because they trying to shuffle it off of them onto you. They need help. free help. Listen, so look, that's why we say always home first. And Lady Bell, because she get most of the questions from the female, like when I talk about, like I say, when I talk about, I believe, and this is bear repeating, I believe that a man should handle all the financial responsibilities of the house, that the man should pay all the bills in the house, if he's capable of paying all the bills in the house. Listen, ladies, if you are living at a standard, and you guys are at an agreement at a standard of living, that we can live at comfortably, I can handle the bills. But when you want to live here on this type of, on his income, then both of y'all incomes have to come together. I can handle the financial responsibility, the bills in my house. Now, if God forbid I lose my job, my business not doing well, Lady Bell is there to pick up the slack.
I got you, boo.
Lady Bell is there to pick up the slack. But I believe if you live at a decent, if you live within your means, and you say, look, honey, if we live like this, I can handle the bill. See, ladies love to hear that, but you know what? You gotta love him. You gotta give him respect. You got to honor him. You got to crown him king every now and then. You got to crown him king 2 or 3 times a week, and he won't have no problem with. See, you don't have to ask a man to take care of anything that he loves. You don't have to beg a man to take care of anything that he loves. You don't have to ask a man to commit to anything that he loves. Not will he slip? Will he fall? Will he make mistakes? Will he get angry? Will he get mad? Yeah, he's not going to be perfect. That don't mean that he don't love you any less. But you don't have to beg a man that loves you to do anything. Now, that's why I say, always home first. Lady Bell want to read Deuteronomy 24:5. Listen to this young couple. Listen to this couple that are planning on getting married. Couples that have been married less than a year. Couples that have been married less than 5 years. Listen to this. Deuteronomy 24:5.
When a man is newly married, he shall not go out with the army or be liable for any other public duty.
When a man is newly married, go ahead.
He shall be free at home 1 year.
He should be free at home for 1 whole year. Go ahead.
To be happy with his wife whom he has taken.
To be happy with his wife who he has taken. When a man is newly married.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
I'm just talking about what I was talking about. Robert and I were talking while we were on vacation, and this scripture kept coming to mind. And what I wanted to say, that first year is so important because this is the beginning of your marriage.
This is the foundation.
This is the foundation. This is where you're starting to build your traditions. This is when you're going to get your maybe buy your first home, start having your first holidays, your first Christmas, your first Thanksgiving. You're having all your first in your first year of marriage. And this scripture right here really speaks to that. And I wanted to talk a little bit more about, even because a lot of times you're blending your families if you have children involved. And this is so important that first year. We're not saying don't do anything in the church, but we're saying you need to take that time off. Don't get so caught up where you're at church more than you're at home. You got to build that foundation. You have to build that firm foundation within your marriage. And the Bible talks about that first year. Go ahead.
That first year. When you are newly married, listen to me, young couple. Listen to me that are planning on getting married. Listen to me who just got married. Listen to me if you've been married less than 1 year. He was not supposed to go to war for 1 whole year. He is not to be committed to any public duty. To be free at home. Okay, 1 whole year. This is 2020. That ain't happening. 1 whole year. Take a honeymoon. You need to take a honeymoon. See, as Lady Bell said, that 1 year, the foundation. Yeah. You plan the wedding, but most of the time we don't plan the marriage. You got to plan the marriage. You have to be rooted that first year.
That's right.
You have to root yourself. You can't get caught up in, you can't be newly married and then she got 3 or 4 different things other things she committed to. You can't be newly married and he got 3 or 4 other things that he is committed to. You got to build that first year being committed to one another. No, see, they'll teach you. They'll teach you to pay your tithes and offering. That's Old Testament. But they won't teach you, hey, dude, you just got married. Sit down and make your wife happy. You spend one whole year with his wife, whom he has taken for one whole year. We know that ain't possible, that you're not taking a year off.
Right, right.
We know, hey, most people won't even take a week off. You get married and some people go right to work. You have to slow down. You have to smell the roses. You got to sip the coffee.
Ministry starts at home.
Ministry starts at home. You have to slow down. Always home first. We all been sad this week. We all been sad this week with the tragedy with Kobe Bryant and his daughter and the other families. But we have to regret. We got to bring it back. What about home? Life is not promised to any of us tomorrow. Let me ask you something, dude, while we're talking. Taking care of home first. Taking care of home first. Do you have a life insurance policy? Do you have a life insurance? If something happened to you today, will your wife and kids be okay? I've been saying, if you're 20 pounds overweight, 30 pounds overweight, 40 pounds overweight, if you got high blood pressure, if you got sugar diabetes, if you're dealing with some type of illness that you can do something about, you can do something about high blood pressure. You can lose some weight. You can change your eating habit. You can do something about sugar diabetes. You can lose some weight. You can change your eating habits. Going to church, you can't pray it away. Going to church, you can't pay tithes and offering away. You can't give a faith offering, it's going to go away. You can't give a faith offering, then go home and eat pork in the morning. You can't pay a faith offering and then eat pork at lunch. You can't pay a faith offering and eat pork in the evening.
Right. Faith without works is
dead.
Faith
without works is dead. Listen, young man, he spent the whole year, no duties. We know you can't take a year off of work. But you can't go to church and be involved in 3 and 4 ministries. You can't go to work and let your wife be involved in 3 and 4 ministries. You have to spend that first year of your marriage. Sit down, go to church, sit up under the word, hear the word, sit there and listen to praise and worship. When you hear the word, when you praise and worship, go home and pray. Go home and have worship. When you leave, when you hear the word, have a conversation with your wife. If you have children, have a conversation with your wife and children. What did you hear today? What did you learn today? What did you understand today? Because we all got different perceptions. We all hear different things. So you need to have a conversation with your wife. See, she can't be busy in the children ministry and you busy in the parking lot ministry. And then you wait for second service, then you tired second service, and then you grouchy. And then you get in the car. You don't want to talk because you're tired. She don't want to talk because she's tired. Do not let church, the emphasis that you get up to and go on Sunday mornings, wear your marriage out before you can even establish your marriage.
You know, let me just say something here too, because something Robert said that resonated in me. When your husband says something, when he tells you no, you can't do that, he's telling you out of love. And I just want to share a small testimony. Usually, all the time, when Robert's like, "No, Vicki, I really don't think you need to do that," it always comes back where he was right. You know,
all the time. I'm sorry.
Either I didn't have the time, or it was something I didn't need to be committing myself to, or I just needed to rest. And as my husband and as the priest of our home, he sees things that I don't always see, and I have to trust him on that. And I'll tell you, we don't have a lot of time, but I could give you a couple of testimonies where each time where he was like, "Nah, Vicki, I don't think you need to do that," or, you know, pull up on that. It always worked out. So ladies, I just want to encourage you that if your husband says something to you and is out of love, receive it. Receive it, because you married him. So you know the type of man that you married. You should know his the way he interacts or speaks to you. And he has good intentions when he says, no, because sister so-and-so may be in your ear, but that's not your husband. Your husband is the one who says, "Nah, baby, I don't think you need to do that." And husbands, when you do say something to your wife about what you think she should or should not do, say it out of love. Give her examples. Don't come from a place of harshness or bitterness or anything like that. Speak in love. Love goes so much further. It covers a multitude of sin. Go ahead.
She will listen if you're a man of vision, if you're a man of plan, if you're a man that communicates your vision, if you're a man that communicates your plan. Don't let somebody else's vision become your vision. Don't let somebody else's plan become your plan. Young man, you got to have your own vision. Young man, you got to have your own plan. And as Vicky said, she listens to me, but I listen to her because she is a crown upon my head. So she's constantly communicating to me. She's constantly talking to me. She's constantly, hey, 1 + 1 = 1. When that crown is upon my head, I hear her thoughts. When that crown is upon my head, I see what she sees. She's upon my head. She got a better vision than I got. She can see farther than I can see. She can see all around better than me. So when she speaks, she whispers in my ear. See, like I've been saying to you, home first. Men, ladies, if you don't have your husband's ear, you have work to do. Don't let Sister Big Mouth, don't let Sister Prophet have your ear and you ain't got your husband's ear. Because more than likely, I'm going to say this, Lady Bell, she probably ain't got her husband's ear either. Team Bell, and I'm going to end it on this note. Tomorrow is not promised to none of us. Listen, young man, if you ain't got nothing else, you better have some life insurance policy.
Yes.
You better have a life insurance policy. As you're getting ready to cheer for the Chiefs, as you get ready to cheer for the 49ers, trust me, I'm pretty sure Kobe had a well-established estate. He had a pretty well-established estate in writing. Do you have a plan? If something happened to you today, if something happened to me tomorrow, do you have life insurance? Team Bell, 1 + 1 will always be
1.
2 is bigger, but it's still
1.
1,000, but 2.
10,000. Write the vision and make it plain.
Team Bell, we out.
Okay. I didn't get to do that yesterday because
I thought it didn't pick up nothing when you're talking.
I don't want to take no chances. Can't play.